Hello, world.
Hello.
Welcome to Tuesday. It's the new
Welcome
Monday.
to Tuesday, the new Monday.
Yesterday was a holiday, so we apologize for not being here.
Yeah, Martin Luther King Jr.
Yeah, we support him.
We support him, and we took the day off.
But we're back.
We're back.
Talking about last weekend's episode of Outlander.
Season 4, episode 12.
Second to last one.
Yeah. 12 out of 13. This is the pre-finale episode.
Yeah, it was some
Providence.
Intense stuff happening.
Yeah.
So I guess let's dive right in.
We pick up right where we left off with Roger.
Being beaten up by those Mohawks.
And I still don't understand what they were doing there, but he's just sort of like, you stay.
Yeah.
You're still a captive. And it's like, that's how you decided? You just kicked my ass and just to tell me I'm still a prisoner? You could have just told me that.
Yeah, I feel like they were like, if you don't die, then you are staying a captive. I don't know. Is that...
They have weird
customs.
Yeah. And they, that's pretty much sums that up.
Yeah, that's what's going on with Roger.
That's what's going on with Roger. Back in... where are they?
Wilmington.
Wilmington, yes.
That's where Fergus is. He goes and finds like his friends, I guess Murtaugh's followers.
Yes.
And he's like, so Murtaugh was taken by the militia. We got to go free him from jail.
Yeah. While he was taken while he was trying to basically capture Stephen Bonnet.
Yeah. Who is also captured.
He's captured, I think.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, they're trying to go over there and rescue him.
Yeah. And it was kind of sweet. Like you see a scene a little later with Fergus's wife, and I, for some reason, cannot remember her name. And
Wifey,
yes. And she basically sits down and says, like, yeah, because she catches him basically planning how he's going to free Murtaugh, and he's like, oh crap.
Yeah, he has little like baby toys. He's like moving the pieces.
And he's just like really concentrating hard. And she comes in and she's like, what you doing there? And he's like, oh crap. And she's like, oh, you're figuring out how to free Murtaugh, aren't you? And he's like, maybe. And she's like, oh yeah, that's good.
Yeah, let's do this. And he's like, you too? And she's like, don't you dare push me out of this.
Yeah. She's like, we are in this together. It was, and they even like have this talk about like, what would Jamie and Claire do?
Yeah,
like,
it was sweet. And so, meanwhile, while that's all being planned, Bree and John are talking about going to visit Mr. Bonnet before he is sentenced to death because she wants to try and forgive him.
Mm-hmm. She shows him a letter. I guess it was the letter that John Gray brought to her from Jamie. And it basically is this letter from Jamie saying like, hey, daughter, I'm sorry. I'm sorry we left things so badly, but I want to answer your question about getting vengeance. And basically don't do it. It's not
Don't
good.
do it, it's bad.
It's not going to make you feel better. It's going to make you feel worse. He's going to get what's coming to him. Yeah. So don't try anything. And I guess that kind of, I guess like the nice thing from that is she kind of calms down about Jamie.
Yeah.
And she basically is like, he's right.
Like, the thing that's taking up most of her brain right now.
So that causes her to change her mind a bit and go like, okay, I don't want to kill him. I just want to forgive him so that I can move on. Yeah.
And so they make their journey out to do that while they're, Fergus and his wife and everybody are like planning to free Murtaugh. So they're both going to be ending up in the jail at the same time.
They do. That goes interestingly.
Yeah.
As we'll see. But back in the Mohawk camp,
things are going great.
Yeah, Roger gets thrown into this little like tent thing.
Yeah, and one Native American woman like gave him something for the pain, and he was like, "Oh, thank you." And she had like a baby with blue eyes, and she's like, "Oh, he has his father's eyes." And then we're like, "What?"
Well, the first thing that was interesting about her, she comes up and says, "Do you speak French?" and starts speaking French to him. We're like, "Why does she know French?"
Yeah,
that's random. And we find out soon after that when he gets thrown into this tent, there's another man in there.
Yeah, my first thought, by the way, when I saw that her baby had blue eyes and she was like, oh, he has his father's eyes, my first thought was like, this woman was raped.
Oh, yeah.
But I was very surprised that, like, no, they allowed her to be with a white man, which seemed really, like, surprising.
Yeah, well, this guy that Roger meets in there, he's a French priest, basically starts describing to Roger, like, how he ended up there. And he's like, first, they brought me in so I could baptize everyone. It was great. I was living peacefully with them. And then
everything went to shit.
Yeah, basically.
I met the love of my life. I broke my priesthood. I'm damned to hell for that. And they want me to baptize my baby. And
but
I won't do it
because I sinned by
I'm not going to
being with her.
Yeah, I'm not a priest anymore because I broke my vows, and I'm not going to damn my baby as well. And they did not take kindly to that.
No. And Roger the whole time was just like, you are an idiot.
Yeah.
He kept just giving this whole speech.
I really loved Roger's little speech. He was just like, I did that for a woman, you know, and he really tells his story of him and Bree. And it was cool to hear it from his point of view, because I was wondering what was going through his mind when he was about to touch the stone. And, you know, I like the fact that he thinks that he's an idiot for doing that, but he still makes those same choices. He probably would still do the same thing again.
Exactly. Like, he's such a good person that he can't just not go after someone that he cares about. Like, he would be beating himself up if he had gone home.
Yeah, he would be making his way back out and doing it all over again.
Yeah, exactly. So, poor Roger.
Yeah, basically. Fergus's wife, she's helping them, and they pretty much like start to line the outside of the jail with like gunpowder, and they're planning on blowing it up at the same time. Like, Bree and John are going inside and talking to the rapist. And
so that's an interesting scene.
That was cool.
Itself.
I liked that scene.
Yeah, I was nervous about it, especially the way it first starts when she walks in and he's kind of, you know, he kind of tries to intimidate her by like standing up and coming towards her, but then she's like, no. Like, she basically shows him like, you made me pregnant.
That's where I started really liking the conversation, when he realized that was his baby and he believed her. I really liked the sort of like atonement that he kind of had. Like, he was trying to give her something for the baby and she didn't want to accept it. And then she did because she forgave him. And that's still her baby's father at the end of the day.
Right. He actually, you see this like slight change in him.
Yeah, I liked that. I think he's actually a really interesting character. And I'd be interested to see like his character development now that he is a father. And he does care about his unborn child, which is out of character for him. So I think he will be changing. Yeah. And I kind of want to keep him around.
Yeah, I'm really
kind of role he has in Bree's life.
It's going to be a little scary because he's probably going to show up after they've already found Roger and she's like setting up a life with him.
Yeah, and then find out it's Roger's baby. He'd be like, what?
But even if it still is his baby, like she's going to, you know, have to explain everything that happened with Roger and be like, but don't worry, he's gone now. And then he's going to show up and be like, that's my baby. And it's going to be like, oh no. Oh, goodness. Because we did see when they were blowing up the jail, that he starts to escape. We don't know exactly like where he goes, but we see him like. Of course, they're not going to let him go. Grabbing the keys.
He's like the main antagonist right now. They are not going to get rid of him on this show.
Nope.
And get more talk out, and basically that kind of like wraps that up. We don't see Jamie and Claire this whole episode.
No, they're not in this episode at all.
Which was pretty interesting.
So I think they're going to be a big focus of the next episode.
I think so. I mean, on the next time on, we saw them.
Like we see, it looks like that Jamie actually finds Roger and has to do something in order to
I hope so. Because one of my worries was that the cliffhanger was going to be, will they run into Roger? And it's like, I really want that to be wrapped up with this season. Yeah. And like end it on a different cliffhanger. Like, right. Or just end it with like not a cliffhanger and just be like, we'll see what happens next time.
Yeah.
But back to the hut. Roger's like digging a hole and he convinces the priest to like dig with them to try to escape. Yeah. And then they realize that they ran out of time, and the priest has to like suffer this horrible like 3-day excruciating death by burning slowly. Right.
He's given a choice basically. Like he can either baptize the child, because they keep asking pretty much every day to do it, or they can do, you know, like burn him very slowly, and it's going to take him like 3 days to die.
And he thinks that that's God's punishment for him, so he's like, bring it. Yeah. And Roger's like, okay, well, I'm going to keep digging this hole. And then the priest actually like agrees to try and escape, but he runs out of time, and they take him away. Roger gets out. He's running through the woods. He's like, and then he starts hearing like the screaming of the priest, and he starts like talking to himself, like, don't be an idiot, Roger. Don't be an idiot. No. And he hears some more screams, and he's like, fucking hell. Yeah, and he turns around, and like there's this epic scene of him in slow motion, like running into and I had no clue like what his plan was. I'm like, this was your plan? Like try to grab a gun or something and shoot him in the head. Like you're just running in there, but like he nailed it. He grabbed like a big old barrel of like
I think it's just gunpowder
and like throws it on the fire. The priest like burns and dies quicker than he was going to over 3 days. And they immediately grab him. But I think he sort of, you know, had like a moment there where he was watching and he was just like, I did something good. But then surprisingly, the priest's like girlfriend, like the mother of his baby,
she's holding the baby. She puts the baby down and then just climbs up onto the fire and burns with him.
Why?
Yeah, that
like
was...
you have the baby. Why are you going to go burn with him? It's not going to bring him back.
I think it was just supposed to show how deep their romance really was.
Then take care of his baby. If you really cared about him, he wouldn't want you leaving his child as an orphan. He literally died to save his child.
Yeah.
And she could have stayed and taken care of this.
Well, he died. To be honest, I think he really died because he thought it was his punishment. I don't think it was for the baby. I think it was for
he
himself.
didn't want to damn the baby, though. Like, that was the whole reason why he didn't want to do it, because he didn't want the baby to be damned to hell by having a false...
But he also, like, he was worried that he would be damned to hell.
He already thought he was damned to hell, though.
I guess, but he thought this is going to be...
His atonement?
Yeah, this is kind of his atonement. I don't know. I have a hard time with Christianity sometimes, the different ways that...
I think Roger does too.
Yeah. Roger's just like
just say some words in Latin. It doesn't have to hello.
Yeah, he's like, just lie to them. And he's like, but I'll know. And he's like, but they're not gonna know.
I had a hard time with that whole thing, but I guess it makes sense. I just don't get why the mother joined him in the fire and left her baby to be an orphan. And
I'm guessing she knew that her tribe was gonna take care of the baby. Because you saw like the leader, I don't remember his name, but I guess he's like one of the leaders of the Mohawk tribe. Like, I don't think he was the chief. He was just
the vice chief.
The vice chief, yeah. I don't remember what the positions are called. The one like in the red coat. He basically, he wanted her. Like, you kind of, I kind of saw him as like, if you've seen Pocahontas, he's like Kocoum. He's like the one in the tribe that's like, no, you must be with me. Like, you stay with your tribe. Don't go for the white man. Yes, exactly. So I'm going to call him Kocoum for now. And so Kocoum, basically, after she jumps on the fire, he like freaks out and he's like, no, why are you doing that? And then he picks up the baby. And he's like, well, I guess.
Think he's going to be like, I think he's going to have a hard time like forgiving the baby.
Yeah, maybe. But I think like
Roger is going to have a hard time though the most here because
because that's the one that I'm really interested to see what happens there with Brianna having the baby and then discovering either that it's Roger's or that it is Bonnet's, and then having to explain that to Roger. Yeah, and then Bonnet showing up. That's going to be just
the most interesting like storyline here. I think is just Roger.
Yeah,
and like his whole thing going on. And we just completely forgot about like Jamie and Claire this episode, which was completely funded by everyone apparently.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, all they're really doing is searching for Roger. Yeah, it's about him.
It's kind of like their storyline like ran to the end. It's like there's nowhere else for their storyline to really progress. So
yeah, because this whole season seems to be about like Brianna saving them. Like she came back in time to save them.
Yeah, it's not even about that. That was just an excuse to get her back here so that her whole storyline could unfold.
Right.
So.
It's just like, how does Brianna kind of react in this whole lifestyle that her mom did?
Yeah.
Like how is she...
Very differently.
Yeah, she's but it's
she's like Jamie. It's like seeing like Jamie if he had gone back through time and what he would be doing. And if he was a woman.
Yeah. It's interesting how her relationship, like I love her relationship with John Gray, how it's just so completely different than Claire's.
Him. I love him.
Because Claire basically, like he even says in this that like he misses Claire even though she's very direct and very, you're just like, yeah, she's very nice to have when you're ill.
Yeah, she's like a mommy.
But she was very direct with him. She's like, you are in love with my husband. That's not cool.
Yeah.
I don't like you. And he's just like, all right, that's where we stand.
Yeah.
And Brianna's just like, yeah, I'll marry you.
Yeah, whatever. Cool. Thanks. Well, he like did her a favor with that, but
I mean, yeah, but also, she seems to like him. So.
Yeah, because when she found out he was gay, she was like, yes.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna get raped. Okay.
Yeah, I guess like everything with her dad is just so completely out of her control that she's just like, I just have to. You're in love with my dad. Cool, whatever.
Yeah, whatever. Who isn't these days?
Yeah. Everything to do with my dad is pretty insane, so I'm just gonna go with it.
But yeah, that pretty much wraps up that episode.
Yeah, it was interesting. I'm really
pretty excited to see like the finale next week. Oh my god!
Yeah, what's gonna happen to Roger?
Roger, he's gonna be reunited with Bree.
Yeah, and she's probably gonna get.
And he's probably gonna see Jamie and just sock him in the face. Yeah, and Jamie should just take it like.
Because we saw in this one that Roger, when he was telling his story to the priest, that he kind of realized that was Jamie.
Yeah, he did. He was like, guess that was her father. Now that I'm putting that together.
Yeah, that's not cool.
I want to see that happen.
Yeah,
and then, Brie will probably have her baby. I don't know what the cliffhanger will be. Probably something with Stephen Bonnet.
Yeah, because we saw that he didn't die. So he's gonna
And then
there's up.
Like, Jamie's gonna run into some trouble trying to get Roger back and stuff, but I think that will resolve within the next episode. So tune in next time, guys, to see our discussion.
Next Monday, we should be on track again.
For the finale of season 4, Outlander. Thank you guys for watching.
Thank you.
Make sure to like this video if you like Outlander. Leave your theories and thoughts of the episode in the comments below. We will read and respond to them.
And just keep in mind, once again, that we have not read the books. We don't actually know what's going to happen, so please don't spoil it for us. All our reactions are based on just the show.
Just the show. Thank you. And if you would like to subscribe, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and the little bell next to it to make sure that you're notified every time we go live or post a new video. Just subscribing will not do that for you. You gotta hit the bell.
Exactly.
Yeah, check us out on Patreon.
Yes, we are currently running Patreon for our reaction videos. So if you enjoy those, you can help us choose what to react to. You can be in one of our reaction videos.
Yeah, the rewards are endless. Just check out. You can donate for as little as $1 a month.
Exactly.
All right, love you guys. Bye.
Bye.
Outlander. Yeah.